Well, well, what a statement from Barcelona at Montjuic. A 3-0 demolition of Osasuna. And let me tell you, that scoreline doesn't even begin to capture the sheer dominance we just witnessed. All the pre-game chatter, fixture drama, missing South American stars, the odds seemingly stacked against Barca. But did Hansi Flick's squad care? Not one bit. They stepped onto that pitch with swagger, conviction, and a point to prove. And boy, did they prove it. Think about this. No Lewandowski in the starting sign. Key international absences. And yet, Barcelona still put on a masterclass. That's the mark of an elite squad, plain and simple. The kind that makes the rest of LaLiga nervous. The stats paint the picture crystal clear. Barca racked up an XG of 3.19, basically a blueprint for their 3-goal haul. Osasuna? A dismal 0.4 XG with 0 shots on target. Not one. That's not just control, that's absolute, undeniable domination. It all kicked off just 11 minutes in. Ferran Torres, cool as you like, finishing off a mesmerizing team move. Balde and Olmo orchestrated the build-up like chess grandmasters, setting up checkmate before Osasuna even saw the danger coming. Then came the drama. Dani Olmo stepped up for a penalty, saw his first attempt saved, but wait. VR spotted encroachment. Round 2? No mistake. Champions get their luck, but let's be real, there was nothing lucky about Barca's performance. A slight damper on the night, Olmo had to exit early with an injury. That's one to watch, especially with a massive Catalan derby against Girona looming. Barca will be hoping it's nothing serious because Olmo has been that guy for them this season. But here's what stood out the most. Barcelona never let up. 2 goals ahead? Some teams take their foot off the gas. Not this one. Flick demands 90 minutes of laser focus and his players delivered. Championship mentality? Oh, absolutely. Defensively? Rock solid. 5 straight home clean sheets against Osasuna now. Eric Garcia and Inigo Martinez locked it down so tight, Osasuna might as well have been playing in a maze. High line? Perfectly timed. Counterattacks? Shut down before they even had a chance to breathe. And speaking of brilliance, let's talk Pedri, the midfield maestro pulling the strings with the kind of effortless elegance that makes you shake your head in disbelief. His vision? His touch, his ability to operate in tight spaces, it's pure magic. And he's only 21. Just imagine what he'll be a decade from now. 18 games unbeaten, 15 wins in that run. Hansi Flick hasn't just revitalized Barcelona, he's sculpting a title-winning machine. And right now, they're looking unstoppable. And what more can you say about the phenomenon that is Lamine Yamal? The teenage wonder was absolutely electric today. There was this moment in the 31st minute. He danced through Osasuna's defense like a magician with the ball stuck to his feet, let one fly, and just missed the post. The collective gasp from the Montjuic crowd said it all. They know they're watching something special unfold. The way Yamal glides past defenders with that low center of gravity? It's impossible not to think of a young Messi. I know. The comparison gets thrown around too often, but come on. The way he hugs the touchline, lures defenders in, then boom, cuts inside in a flash, it's the kind of magic that makes you shake your head in disbelief. And he's only 17. Let that sink in. Second half? Same story. Barcelona came out flying, and Pablo Torre, fresh off the bench for De Jong, wasted no time making his presence felt. Nearly found the net straight away. That's exactly the impact you want from your subs. Keep the tempo high, keep the pressure on. Osasuna had a rare chance from a corner in the 48th minute. Herrando got his head to it, but sent it wide. That was as close as they got all night. Barca's defense was a fortress, locked down and impenetrable. And then, enter Robert Lewandowski. Started on the bench, came on in the 68th minute, and in the 77th, bang! A masterclass in counter-attacking football. Osasuna thought they had something going with a corner. Barcelona turned it into a goal in seconds. Fermin Lopez sprinted onto a deep pass, whipped in a perfect cross, and Lewandowski, always in the right place, buried the header. That's 7 goals in his last 8 LaLiga games. And get this, he's already outscored his entire tally from last season. The man is aging like a fine wine, and right now, he's vintage. Now, technically, Osasuna had a higher XG in the second half. But let's be real, that stat means nothing when you go 90 minutes without a single shot on target. This was not the same Osasuna that put 4 past Barcelona earlier this season. This was a team that looked timid, out of ideas, and overwhelmed. There was a bit of controversy in the 72nd minute. Pablo Torre looked to have been barged over in the box by Ariso. Ref said play on. VAR? Silent. On another day, maybe that's a penalty, but in the grand scheme of things, it changed nothing. And what I loved most, even with the game all but won, Barcelona never took their foot off the gas. Flick has drilled a relentless, winning mentality into this team. In the 86th minute, young Pau Victor nearly made it 4, denied only by a brilliant Herrera save. On another night, this could have been a 5-goal blowout. 70% possession in the second half. And it wasn't just keeping the ball for the sake of it. It was sharp, purposeful, always looking to break Osasuna down. That's the beauty of this Barca side. They can slice you open with intricate passing, stretch you wide with dangerous crosses, or just blitz you on the counter. Try to shut down one threat, and another emerges. And shout out to Ferran Torres. Big responsibility starting in place of Lewandowski, and he delivered. Scored the opener, kept Osasuna's defense on edge, and nearly scored again with that wicked free kick in the 39th, so close to being the goal of the night. This wasn't just a win. This was a statement. A performance that says loud and clear, Barcelona aren't just fighting for the title. They're playing football that demands it. Barcelona's fortress remains unshaken. That's now 5 straight home LaLiga wins against Osasuna with an aggregate score of 13-0. Not just dominance, total obliteration. Montjuic may be a temporary home while Camp Nou gets its facelift, but Barcelona have made it feel like a stronghold. And let's talk about the tactical battle. Except, well, it wasn't much of a battle. Hansi Flick put on a masterclass. Even with key players missing, his squad pressed high, dictated possession, and attacked with ruthless intent. The front line was a nightmare for Osasuna. Yamal, Ferran, and Olmo, before his unfortunate injury, were constantly rotating, dragging defenders all over the place, and creating chaos. Osasuna's approach, strange to say the least. They put 4 past Barcelona earlier this season, yet today they played like they were just hoping to avoid embarrassment. Even after going 2 down, there was no urgency, no real fight back, just a passive, defensive setup that felt more like damage control than ambition. A huge part of Barcelona's dominance came from the fullbacks. Koundé and Balde were relentless, stretching the field, allowing the playmakers to work their magic in the half spaces. Balde, in particular, was sensational. He set up the opener and spent the entire match charging down that left flank like a freight train. And you can see it now. This Barcelona side is evolving into something special under Flick. He's taken the club's signature possession-based style and blended it with a more direct, vertical threat. They can control the game, suffocate you with passing, or hit you on the break in an instant. It's a deadly mix. Flick's decision to bring on Pablo Torre at halftime was an intriguing one. De Jong had been solid but unspectacular, and Torre injected something different. More forward-thinking, more risk-taking. That's the kind of depth that separates title contenders from the rest. And even with the game wrapped up, Barcelona never let up. In the 90th minute, Pau Victor nearly added a 4th, only for Gerando to make a last-ditch block. Most teams would have been cruising by then, running out the clock. Not Barca. They kept pushing, kept probing. That's a winning mentality. That's championship DNA. Credit to the fans, too. Despite the schedule controversy, Montjuic was rocking. When Pedri was subbed off in the 84th minute, the ovation he received said it all. This crowd knows and appreciates artistry when they see it. And now Barca sit 3 points clear at the top of La Liga. The title race with Real Madrid is heating up, and this is the kind of form that puts a team in the driver's seat. 8 straight league wins and counting. Next up? A fiery Catalan derby against high-flying Girona. They've been one of the stories of the season. But if Barcelona play like this, you have to back them. As for Osasuna, they need to regroup, fast. A clash with Athletic Club on Sunday won't be any easier, and with just a 6-point cushion from the relegation zone, they can't afford to let this slump continue. One potential concern for Barcelona? Dani Olmo's injury. After only just returning to full fitness, another setback would be a huge blow, especially with crucial La Liga and Champions League fixtures looming. That quarterfinal against Borussia Dortmund is on the horizon, and Flick will want all his weapons available. But let's put this in perspective. Before the international break, Barcelona staged that incredible 3-2 comeback against Atletico Madrid. That win showed their resilience. Today showed their tactical control. Together, those qualities make for a team that can go all the way. And finally, a word on Gavi. He's still working his way back to full sharpness after his injury, but you could see the fire, the fight, the tenacity. There was this moment in the 54th minute. He launched himself into a diving header inches from the ground. Who does that? Gavi does. That's the kind of hunger that makes legends. Eric Garcia, take a bow. A player once questioned, now quietly proving the doubters wrong. Sure, he picked up a yellow for a clumsy challenge on Ibanez in the 40th minute, but overall, rock solid. His positioning was sharp, his reading of the game on point, and alongside Íñigo Martínez, he kept Barcelona's defensive shape tight and disciplined. Between the posts, Wojciech Szczęsny was a picture of calm. Transitioning from Juventus to Barcelona isn't easy, but he's making it look like second nature. He didn't have much to do, credit to the defense, but when called upon, his distribution was crisp, his presence assured. Staying locked in when barely tested, that's a skill in itself. Now let's talk about the scheduling drama. This match was originally postponed due to the tragic passing of Barcelona's club doctor, Carles Miñaro Garcia. Both teams pushed to avoid playing so soon after the international break. Request denied. With several key players barely off their flights from national duty, you might have expected some sluggishness. Nope. Barcelona didn't miss a beat. That speaks volumes about the culture Flick is building. No excuses, no complaints, just results. With a packed calendar ahead in LaLiga and the Champions League, that relentless mentality will be crucial. Osasuna's keeper, Sergio Herrera, deserves some credit too. Yes, he picked the ball out of his net 3 times, but without him, this could have been a cricket score. His 86th minute reflex stop to deny Pau Victor? Top class. Earlier, he put his body on the line to smother a Ferran Torres chance after a brilliant Yamal through ball. Without those moments, we're probably talking about a 5 or 6 goal demolition. Barcelona's pressing game was suffocating. Osasuna barely had time to blink on the ball, let alone build attacks. The numbers say it all. Just 14 entries into Barca's final third in the first half. That high defensive line was a gamble, but Osasuna kept getting caught offside, proving it was a calculated one. And then there was Barca's game management. No unnecessary risks, no flashy but pointless tricks, just smart, purposeful football. They conserved energy without ever losing control, probing patiently, waiting for cracks to appear in Osasuna's defensive shell. That's how champions handle a comfortable lead. Set pieces were another highlight, sometimes overlooked in Barcelona's style, but under Flick, a real weapon. Ferran Torres came inches away from a goal of the season contender when his 39th minute free kick rattled the crossbar. They're starting to look genuinely dangerous from dead ball situations, adding yet another layer to their attacking arsenal. VAR had its say too. Dani Olmo's penalty was initially saved, but after a review, it was retaken due to Osasuna encroaching into the box. By the book, the right call, and Olmo made no mistake the second time around. Fine margins define title races, and today the margins favored Barca. Big picture? This team is rolling. 8 straight league wins, an 18-game unbeaten run in all competitions. These are the stats of a team with silverware on their mind. Early season stumbles are a distant memory replaced by sheer dominance. International breaks can disrupt momentum, but not for Barcelona. They picked up right where they left off. That's testament to Flick's staff, the squad's mentality, and the high standards they're maintaining. Keeping this level of intensity through a packed season, no easy task. But right now, they're making it look effortless. One stat that really stands out: Barcelona lead La Liga in first-half goals. 10 inside the opening 15 minutes this season, more than anyone else. When they start fast, they usually finish strong, winning 9 of 10 when scoring first at home. Start early, kill the game, cruise to victory. That's their blueprint. So to sum it up, this was a statement win. Ferran Torres, Dani Olmo, and Lewandowski got the goals, but it was a total team performance. Disciplined, creative, ruthless. The result? 3 more points and a 3-point cushion at the top of La Liga. Real Madrid are lurking, and this title race is set to go down to the wire. But based on this form, Barcelona have the edge. Up next, a Catalan derby against Girona. A tricky test, but with confidence surging, you'd be brave to bet against them, making it 9 in a row. For Osasuna, it's back to the drawing board. They're stuck in 14th, a little too close to the relegation scrap for comfort. A tough clash with Athletic Club is next, and they'll need to rediscover their fight, fast. But tonight, it's all about Barcelona. A commanding, confident, championship-caliber performance. The message to the rest of LaLiga? We're here, we're rolling, and we mean business.